Sir Aline, keep leaving and joining the call.
All right. So good night, everybody.
Yes, sir. Sir. Good night.
Thank you very much for joining. Please remember the rules. We need to keep our videos off for privacy reasons. We need to make sure that we're wearing headphones as much as is possible and that we're in a quiet environment. All right. If not, if I hear a lot of noise from you, then I'm going to have to put you on hold or to mute you so that we can have it nice and quiet. All right.
Yes.
Please remember,
Yes,
please remember not to talk over anyone and allow each person the opportunity to complete what they are saying. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So let's start now with this first question. So let me pick Brian. Brian, can you read the first question for me?
Okay. 87,621 plus 9,764 plus 75.
Okay. Let me see if I can get my pointer back. All right. So let's go now. So we say 5 and 1 would make what?
6.
No, man. Sorry. 5 and 4 would make
9.
9. 9 and 1 would make
10.
10. So we're going to write 0 and carry 1.
Yes.
Add the 1 first. 1 and 2 would make 3.
3.
3 and the 6 would make 9. 9 and the 7 would make
16, sir.
okay. Somebody and the fan, that fan. We have to work on the fan. All right. So let's go. 16. So we're going to write 6 and then we're going to carry 1. Add the 1 first so we don't forget it. So it will be 1 and 6 making what?
7.
7. 7 and 7 making
14.
14. We're going to write the 4 and carry the
1.
1. So this will be 9 and 1, 10, 10 and 7, 17. Again, we're going to write 7 and carry 1. 8 and 1 would make 9. All right, 1, 2, 3, or comma here. So this will be what? 90, 90 what?
97,460.
Okay. All right. Once again, there's a fan that is there, and you have some people who have the speakers really loud. I can't work with that not certain if somebody's breathing into the microphone, blowing into the microphone or what, but we have to get that down. Okay, this sounds much better now. So let's move on to the next one. So this is a basic addition problem, and we need to remember that we need to add what? Column by column, and we need to carry properly and remember to add whatever we have carried. So we're
Yes, sir.
moving on now to the next one. So here we have another one. Let me take somebody else. Mr. Walker.
Yes, sir.
Ready now. Let's go with this one. So we have 12 what?
12.6 plus 3 plus 0.09.
So here I've started setting it out 12.6 plus 3 plus 0.09. Now I need to fill in some spaces here because this doesn't, you know,
yes, sir.
Some things are missing.
Yes, sir.
So what I need to put here?
0 for the placeholders.
Okay. All right, so let's add now. Everything is there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
9 and 0.
9.
Okay. 6. 6 and
Six,
0.
6
What about the
point on
decimal
the
point?
point.
Decimal point and the decimal point. Then
5, sir.
2 and okay, 5 carry back or 1.
1.
Okay, so
15.69.
15.69. Do
69.
do I say 15.69?
No,
No,
sir.
No.
sir.
We're supposed to say 15.69.
69. Sir, is there a reason for that, sir?
That's just the rule.
Okay, sir.
15.69. Do you remember when Usain Bolt is running, what his world record is?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
Sir, 9.58, sir, and one of the
Okay.
90.
So good. So even internationally, this is the way that they say the decimals, right? So they will say 15.69 and not 15.69. Okay. So moving over. Trishan, you there? Good. So let's do this one together. We have
732.54.
what we're going to do.
Three, take away 305.77.
All right. You work it out. Work it out quietly for a minute, please. I'll soon talk back to you. Just okay, guys. I'm back. I was trying to invite another teacher to come and join our session. Unfortunately, that teacher can't make it just now. So we'll try again for another night. So
Yes,
let's
sir.
go back to Trish.
Yes, sir.
So give me an answer now. What 7 and 4 would make?
Sir, 11, sir.
No, I want Trish to answer.
Okay, sir.
Where is she? Still there? Not hearing her. All right. 7 and 4 would make?
11, 11, sir.
Okay, so we're gonna write 1 and carry 1. 1 and 5 would make,
6, sir.
and 6 and 7 would make
13.
13. So we're gonna write the 3 and carry 1.
Decimal
Decimal point under decimal point, and 1 and 2 would make what?
3, sir.
3 and 5 would make
8.
8. Okay. What do I get here?
Sir, 3, sir.
Okay. Why 3?
Sir, because it is not adding by anything, sir.
Okay, we're not adding anything to it. And 7 and 3 would make
10. Sir, 10.
10. So we're going to carry the 1.
No, sir.
Even if you carry the 1, you still have to go put it down.
Yes, sir.
Somebody has their Anake, your camera is on. So please, for privacy reasons, turn the camera off. Okay? Okay. Let's move on. Miss Corey, this one is for you. What's this problem? Read the problem for me.
2,408
Not hearing you clearly. But 2,400. Yes.
2,408 divided by 4.
All right. So we have it set out in our division frame. What is the 2,408 called?
Sir,
Dividend, no, divisor.
Dividend. No, it is the dividend. And the 4 would be the what?
Divisor.
Okay. So let's divide. 4. No. Whenever we're dividing, we need to remember that
Every dog must swim back.
every dog must
Must
swim
swim
back,
back.
which
Estimate,
means estimate,
divide,
divide,
multiply,
Multiply.
multiply,
subtract,
Subtract.
subtract,
bring
and
Bring
down.
down.
okay. So now
24.
let's go.
4 into 24. No, 4 into
How many times?
Sir, Corey.
6 times
Okay. So we're gonna multiply now. 6 fours would give us the
4.
24. Next step, we're going to what? Subtract.
Subtract.
No man, we reach here. So, right. So we subtract 24 from 24 and we get what?
0.
And now we're going to bring down 0. So it's a 4 into 0.
0
0.
times
Okay. We're going to 0 times 4 would really give us what? 0.
0.
They already answered
And then, good. And then we're going to do what? Bring down the what?
8.
8. And 4 into?
it. 2 times
4 into 8. 2 times 2 fours would give us 8. Again, we subtract to
8.
get 0. So we have nothing left there. Now we need to check our answer. So what are we going to multiply?
Sir, 602 by 4.
602 by 4. So let me swap colors. 4 twos, 8. 4 times 0,
0.
0.
Your answer is
Because
right.
remember the 0 property? Any
Yes,
number
sir.
multiplied by 0. Okay. And 4 6 is 24. So we can clearly see that the answer here, the what? Dividend and the product are the same because they are inverse operations. All right.
Yes, sir.
Before I already answered it.
All right.
me.
Amelia, let's go with Amelia. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we have the highest common factor of 12 and 84. So ready now. First, I need to find the prime factors of 12 and then the prime factors of 84. I'm going to look at them, find out what is common, multiply those to get the highest common factor.
What is that?
Ready, Amelia? I'm not hearing her.
Sir, me, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, go. So what do I start with? Which prime do I start with? Prime number.
2, sir.
Okay. So 2 can go into the 12. How many times?
6 times.
And we continue with?
2.
And 2 into the 6.
3 times.
Okay. We continue with 2 or what? What?
3, sir.
Okay. And then 3 into 3.
1 time.
Okay. What about 84?
2, sir.
Why do I start with 2?
Because
Sir,
that's the
because
lowest common factor.
No. Go ahead, Amelia.
sir, because it is the lowest factor.
No multiple.
Not quite.
Sir,
Because 84 is an even number. All right. So 2 into the 84 now would go how many times?
42, sir.
Okay. And 2, because 42 is even again, we could continue using 2. 2 into the 42 will go how many times?
21.
Exactly. Now we move on to 3. 3 into the 21 will go?
7 times.
Good. Now we move on to 7, and 7 into 7?
1 time.
Okay, hold on. Let's set this out now. So the prime factors of 12 would be 2 by
2,
2 by 3. And 84 would
4,
be 2 by 2 by 3 by 7. Let's look at what they have in common. You tell me what's common
2,
here.
2,
Okay, so and
2,
3.
2 again,
2
and
and
3.
3. All right.
4,
So two twos would be what?
4,
4, and 4 times 3 would be what?
12.
12. So the highest common factor of 12 and 84
84
would,
12.
would be 12. So how do we use that? Let us say that we're doing what? Dividing,
Fractions.
reducing fractions. So 84, 12 over 84. 12 into, hold on, switch
12
colors.
is
12
1,
into 12 one time, and 12 into 84 could go.
7 times.
So we could reduce. We could use it to what? To reduce. That's clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, good. Anna K,
Yes, sir.
this one is yours. Which of these numbers here is divisible by 3?
Sir.
Sir, I want to put them as A, B, and C, and D.
It's still A, B, C, and D. Which one?
Sir,
I
I.
know the answer.
Let's give Anna K a chance.
Um,
Sir, I'm not seeing the screen.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. All right. Until you get back to that.
sir.
Anybody else having a problem with seeing the screen?
No, sir. No, sir.
No,
Okay.
sir.
All right. So let's work together. How do I know if something is divisible by 3?
Sir, you add the sum of the digits.
Okay, so the sum of the digits should be equal to a multiple of 3. Okay, or 3 can go into the sum of the digits then.
Yes, sir.
It's divisible by 3. Okay, so let's look at option A. 3 and 6 and 4. What
Sir.
when we add those, what do we get?
11.
6 and 4 is 10. 10 and 3 is
13.
13. Okay. What about B? 2 and 5, 7.
14.
And 6 and 1, 7. 7 and 7 will give us what?
14.
14.
Okay. Now 3 cannot go into 13 without remainder. And 3 can't go into 14 without remainder either. So we're going to test another one. 2 and 3, 5. And 5 and 3, 5 and 7 would be what? 12.
12.
Okay, hold on. This look like it could work, but I still have to check the last one. 1 and 2, 3, 3 and 3, 6, 6 and 4 would give us 10. Again, 3 can't go into 10. So by the process of elimination, A is out, B is out, and D is out. Now, just to make sure, I am going to test this to see this is correct, right?
Yes, sir.
So 2037, and I'm going to divide this by 3. 3 into itself, 1 time. 3 into 20,
Sir. 18. No. Sir.
18, man.
6.
6, 3 is 18. Remainder, 2.
1. 2.
Come on. Then 6 into 23 now would go 7 times. Remainder,
1.
because 3 sevens will be 21.
Remainder 2.
Remainder 2. So the 2 now, this would become 27. And 3 into 27 would go
9 times.
9 times. Our answer would be 674. 9. If I want to check if it is correct, I can multiply, use the reverse operation. 3 9s 27, right? 7 carry 2, 3 7s 21, 21 and 2 23, right? 3 carry 2 and 6 is
6 is 8.
18 and 2 20. So here I get it back. So I know that it is what? Correct.
Correct.
So my answer for this one would be 2037 is divisible by 3. How do I know that?
Sir, add the sum of the digits.
I prefer if you say it this way. If the sum of the digits is a multiple or if it is divisible by 3, then I know that 3 can go into it.
Yes, sir.
Cool?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's go to Trevon. Trevon there?
Yes, sir.
Good. Here I have a number. Call this number for me, please.
3,495.
Good. What is the value of the 9 in the number?
Tenth place, sir.
No. I want the true value.
90, sir.
Very good. So this is 90. How do I know it's 90?
Because it is in the 10th place.
All right. And what does that mean?
That is 90.
Let's look at it. Let's look at it in expanded form. The 3 would be, okay, place. So 5 in the ones place, 9 in the tens place, 4 in the hundreds place, and 3 in the what? Thousands. So this is really what? 3 times 1,000. This is what? No. So 3 times 1,000. Okay. The 4 is actually what? 4 multiplied by the 100. The 9 would be 9 times what? The 10. And the 5 is 5 by 1. So 3 times the 1,000 would give us what? 3,000 plus 4 times the 100 would give us what? 400 plus
9 times 10. 9.
giving me what? 90 plus 5 times 1, 5. And this is how I get back 3,495. Clear? Remember, always remember to think of these things in terms of what? Face value, what we call the number when we see it, the what? Place value, where it is in the number, and the true value being what? You know, the real value of the number is based on its place within the overall number. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Any questions?
Sir, are you going to do any more tests with us tomorrow in extra lessons?
Let's wait for after the class meeting and then we discuss that one. All right?
Yes, sir.
All right, ready. So let's go to Roman numerals and let me go back up to Walter. Walter,
Yes, sir.
we have 448. How do we show this in Roman numerals? What do I need to remember? Something that will help me. I will say me, di,
Carl Xavier.
Carl Xavier. All right. This is supposed to be I. So M represents what?
1,000.
D.
500.
500. C.
100.
100. L.
50.
50. And X.
10.
10. V.
5.
And the I.
1.
Okay. So let's look for this now. And remember the rules, simple rules are, if we have a symbol of what? Lesser value to the left of a number, we what? We subtract. And if I have a symbol of lesser value to the right of a symbol of greater value, I'm going to add.
Subtract.
Okay?
Oh.
We're going to add. If it's to the right, we add. All right. So let's look at this now. Walter. Walter, which one of these represents 448?
Sir,
If I have 400 and I have 40 and I have 8 in place value form, Roman numerals, what represents the 8?
sir, V1, sir.
Really?
Sir, VII, sir.
Oh, okay. All right. So all of them seem to have that at the end, not true?
Yes, sir.
So that alone can't help me. How do I represent 40?
Sir,
If L is 50, how I represent 40?
Pardon me, sir. If Walter doesn't figure it out, can I tell you the answer?
Let's give him a 2 more seconds.
sir, take away 10 from the 50, sir.
So where would I put the 10?
Sir,
Is it going to look like that or it looks like this?
sir, XL, sir.
Okay. So 40 would be XL. So what is 400 now?
C, sir.
Pardon me?
CD, sir.
What? D is what? 500.
100.
So CD would be what?
Sir, 400.
Okay. CD. So let's see if any of these match up to this. Because we have taken our number here. We have put it into what? Expanded form.
Yes, sir.
And we look at each section. Let's see if this matches up. Any one of these jump out to you that resembles what we have here?
Yes, sir.
Which one?
Sir, B, sir.
If this is A and this is B, C, and D, which one?
Sir, B, sir.
Okay, so C, D, XL, XL, oh, gone. Oh, hold on a sec. Let's see if I can find it back.
Are they?
Yeah.
All right.
So
Yes, sir.
this one. Okay, cool.
Yes, sir.
Please remember, this is the saying, medical Xavier, that will give you the numbers most frequently used, easiest to remember. So let's use that to help us. Remember, if you have the question, the number, if you break it out into expanded form and work at it a piece at a time, then we can put it back together to find the answer.
Yes, sir.
So let's go back to Trishan. Trishan, they say they have this number here and we need to put it in expanded form. What is this number, please? Not hearing her, so I'm moving down the line. Corey, what's the number?
Sir, that's the the number is 2,439. 32.
Okay. Let's put this in expanded form. We're going, spread out the number.
Yes, sir.
2,000
Times R plus
plus 400
Okay.
plus 30
Sure.
plus 2.
Okay. And you know that 2000 could be represented as 2 times
2 times
1000
1000 plus
plus.
4.
4 times 100
Okay.
plus
Plus.
3 times 10
Okay.
plus 2 times actually that's 2. Oh, 1, yeah.
Okay. All right. So that was pretty easy.
Yes, sir.
So we go back to Amelia. We have 6.35, no, 6.345 to the nearest hundredths. We're going to round this number. Amelia, you there?
Yes, sir.
Which number is in, let's do up our place value. So we have our ones. So 6 is in the ones place. To the right of that, we have what?
100.
No, we have tenths first.
Oh,
And then
100.
hundredths. And then
1.
thousands. So in the ones place, we have 6. In the tenths place, we have 3. In the hundredths place, we have 4. And in the thousands place, we have 5. So they say here that we need to round. Let me go back. Good. They say we need to round to the nearest hundredths. So that means I'm rounding which one?
3.
No. 4. What's the rule now? I need to pay attention to the digit that is to its what? To its right. If the digit is what? 5 or more, it's in my rounding up group. And if it's 4 or less, it's in my rounding down group. Okay. So 5 or more or 4 or less?
5 or more.
Okay, so which group? Rounding up or rounding down?
Up.
Okay, rounding up. So if I'm rounding up, I'm going to add 1 to the digit that I'm rounding. Okay, so this will become what?
5.
5. Okay, so it will be 6.35, and we put 0 for the rest. Okay,
Sir.
so my answer here, Amelia, what's the answer going to be?
3.6.350.
Good. All right. Or you might see it simply as 6.35. Same thing. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Let me see who's next. Mr. Sharp is back.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Sharp. Not hearing him. Anake. Let me hear. 1/100th as a decimal. How is that written?
Sir. 0.0. Sir,
Pardon me?
Sir, can I try, sir?
Okay. Who's trying? Who's trying?
Sir Walter C, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Sir, 0.01, sir.
0.01. Anybody has a problem with that one?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Let's see if I can go back to it. All right, so let's go. If it is that we have, let me write this over some down here. 100. So this is a whole. If we're going to divide by 100, we're going to move that decimal point 2 places to the
To the left, sir.
left. Okay, so 2 places. I'm going to put in
One,
some placeholders here so we can show the movement, exaggerate the movement. So we're going to move 1,
two,
2. Okay, so now I end up with 0
point,
0.01. Okay, remember that we only need to keep in this case one of the zeros to the left here, because we only need to identify when we have the 0 there, we identify where the whole number should begin. All right.
yes, sir.
All right, so we don't need the whole, we don't need 2 or 3 or 4 of them. We can just use 1. And okay, this one should be yours if she's hearing us. 5 2/3 to the nearest whole number. What would that be? All right, let's go to well, let's see.
Yes, sir.
What do you think 5 2/3 to the nearest whole number would be?
Sir, 4.
No, not 4. Let's think of this. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes. Then I have another one that is cut into thirds. And out of this, all of these would be in thirds, you know, but I have all of the thirds in them. And
Yes.
then out of that, I have 1 and I have 2. And I'm rounding now. Where's 5 2/3? If this is 5 2/3, give me a whole number that this would be closer to. Is it closer to 5 on the number line? Let's just imagine that we have a number line and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is 5 2/3 closer to 5 or closer to 6?
Sir, closer to 5, sir.
Look at this. I only need one more piece to make it into what? Into a whole. I have 2 pieces already. All right. So if I look at it this way, I could see that it would be closer to, it should be closer to 6. All right. Well, let's go with the decimal. A mixed number has a whole number part and a fraction part. So let's go. The whole number part is there. We have the fraction part as 2/3. What is this as a decimal?
Sir?
What is it as a decimal? The 2/3.
Sir, I wasn't seeing what you were doing, sir, because it came off, sir.
All right, let me see if I can find it back. Okay, there, should be there. So what is this as a decimal? The 2/3 as a decimal. How do I convert the fraction to a decimal? So I have 2/3. How do I change this into a decimal? I'm dividing. What becomes the divisor?
Sir, 2, sir.
No. Divisor, denominator, 3. Dividend, numerator, dividend. Can 3 go into 2?
No, sir.
Add 0.
Yes, sir.
Decimal point, add 0. Can 3 go into 20?
Yes, sir.
How many times?
6, no. Yes, 6 times, sir.
6 threes would give us what?
18.
Subtract and have what left?
2, sir.
To continue, I need to add 0 because I'm past the decimal point. So again, 3 into 20,
6.
6 times. 6 threes, 18 again. Subtract 2. Again, add 0. And we could go on like that forever and ever. All right. So this is a recurring decimal. So now I have 0.66. Okay. So this is 5. And the fraction part now would be what?
Sir,
0.66. Add those. What do I get as my fraction? 5.66. Okay. Now, if I wanted to go and set to the nearest whole number, which one of these is the whole number? This is in the tenths place. This would be in the hundredths place. And this is in the ones place. So I need to be rounding to the nearest whole number, which means I need to be rounding to what?
Sir, 6, sir.
5. Okay. We know the answer will be 6, but let's go through the steps. So now I look to the digit that is to its what? Right. And this is what? 5 or more. So it's in my rounding up group.
Yes.
Add 1 to the digit that I'm rounding, which is 5. So 5 will become what? 6. And I will put 0 for the rest. Now 6.00 is the same as what? 6. So my answer for this question, 5 2/3, rounded to the nearest whole number, my answer should be 6.
Yes, sir.
Are we clear on that?
Yes, sir.
Sir, I must have
so-
my 2, sir.
Haha. All right, take your time. Don't force it. It will only hurt more. So let's go over a few things here. If we have, remember, if we have a number line and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 and 6, 5 2/3 would be closer to 6 than it would be to 5. Remember that between our whole numbers, we have our what? Fraction. So between 1 and 2, we have 1.5, 1 3/4, 1 and whatever. Okay. Between 2 and 3, we're going to have 2.5, 2 3/4, whatever it is.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the same thing between 5 and 6, we had 5 2/3. We could think about it in a fractional way and set it out and look at it and see that what? It would be closer to 6 than it would be to 5. Or we can change the fraction into a what? Decimal, and then we do our rounding to get the answer.
Yes, sir.
Okay, quickly, let's go through these. We have set X and set Y. It says, which is not an element of the union of set X and set Y.
Which is not an element. Sir, which is
Sir, I would say C.
These are for the option down here. This is another question. I'm dealing with this one up here. First
sir,
letter. Yes.
12, sir.
12. See 12 here, so. So 12 is not an element of X and it's not an element of Y. Right? So it cannot be part of the union. Remember this? The union of set X and set Y.
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now it says What is true of set Y? Set Y has what? 2, 4, 6, 8,
8.
and 10. Are these odd numbers?
No, sir.
No. Odd numbers when divided by 2 will leave me with a remainder of 1. If I divide 2 by 2, I get 1.
Yes, sir.
If I divide 4 by 2, I get 2. If I divide, so we can go in evenly into all of these.
Yes, sir.
So look at this: 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 divisible by 3.
No, sir. No, sir.
Yeah, man, you have some divisible by 3, but not all. Okay. Are they all even numbers?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll hold on to this a little bit and test and come back. Even numbers less than 5.
Sir,
6 is more than 5. 8 is more than 5. And 10 is more than 5. So this is not entirely true.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So my answer would be C.
C.
They are all even numbers. So let us pay attention to even numbers, odd numbers, counting numbers, whole numbers, square numbers, prime numbers. All right.
Yes, sir.
Can we arrange these in ascending order? What does
Yes, sir.
ascending mean?
Down.
Sir, to go up, sir.
To go up. To move from what? Smallest to what? To largest. All right. So 0.25, 0.125, 0.6, 0.002. Which one should come first?
0.6.
Not at all. From smallest to largest.
0.002.
0.002.
2.
And which one should come next?
0.125.
0.125. Then
0.25.
0.25. And finally
And 0.6.
0.6. Okay. Now, this question is testing our understanding. Somebody's microphone is humming. Okay. Still hearing me, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So this is testing if we know that the further right we go, the what? Smaller the value. And the further left we go, the larger the value. So pay attention. Of all these numbers, 0.020
Is the smallest.
is the smallest. Then we have 0.125,
5.
then 0.25, then 0.6.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, we have to be able to arrange decimals, right? These questions are pretty easy and they're always on the paper.
Yes, sir.
Soon finish now. Which contain only prime numbers?
Sir.
C.
Let's call that A and B, E and
Sir, B. Sir, B, sir.
you said B.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's look at why some of them are not going to be prime. 4.
Even.
4 is an even number that has more than 2 factors.
Yes, sir.
So it can't be, that one can't be there. Let's look at 9. 9 is a odd number. It's an odd number with more than 2 factors.
Yes, sir.
So this one won't work.
Sir,
We
four
had
is it?
4 already, and we had 6. So
Yes, sir.
these can't be. But 2, 3, 5, and 7, they are all prime. Meaning 2, only 2 factors, 1 and itself. 3, only 2 factors, 1 and itself. 5, only 2 factors, 1 and
One,
itself.
two,
And 7,
seven,
only 2 factors, 1 and
one,
itself.
so
36 as a product of its primes in exponential form. 36
sir, 32,
2, 18,
8, 9,
9,
3,
3,
3,
3,
1.
1. So
Yes,
this will be 2 by 2 by 3 by 3. This will be in exponential form
2
2
to the
squared
second I squared
multiplied by 3
to
squared.
the square, sir.
That's my answer. 2 squared by 3 squared. It says express 3/5 as a percentage. In order to do this one, I need to multiply the fraction by
Sir,
100. 5 into itself.
1,
1 time 5 into 100,
sir,
20.
20.
And 3 times 20 would give me 60 over 1. And the number divided by 1 remains the same. So 3/5 as a percentage is 60%.
Sir, if you get 5 questions and I get 3 out of it, percent,
Exactly, I get 60%.
yes, sir.
All right. 623 is divided by something to make it 0.623. What was it divided by?
Sir, 10, sir.
All right, let's check that out. You said 10. If I divide this by 10, it means I need to move the decimal point 1 place.
1,
1. So this becomes 6,
sir,
2.3.
sir.
Is 62.3 what we're looking for?
Oh, sir.
No. All
Uh,
right. So go again.
Sir, 1,000, sir.
All right. Let's look. 6,
2, 3.
2, 3 divided by 1,000. I need to move 3 places. So let me see. Decimal point 1,
2,
2,
3.
3. Put a
Yes, sir.
placeholder. So I have 0.623. These look like the same thing. Therefore, I know that I'm correct. Let's go with, we have 2 more to go. Thereabout. A sum of money is shared among 3 students in the ratio 2 to 3 to 4. What is the largest share expressed as a fraction? First, we need to know what? The total
Sir,
number of shares. So we would add the ratios to find what the total number of shares would be. So it would be 2 plus 3 plus 4, which would be equal to
2 plus 3 is 5 and 5, 9, sir.
okay, so the total number of shares is 9. What did they ask us for? The largest share. So this is a share, this one is a share, this is a share. So 2, 3, and 4 would be shares of the whole. So which is the largest share?
Sir, 4.
Okay, so 4/9, because it says express it as a fraction, would be the largest share.
Yes, sir.
A plate can hold 5 dumplings. How many dumplings can hold on 6 plates of the same size?
30. Sir, 30, sir.
All right, that's correct because 6 times 5 would give us
30.
30.
Sir, dumpling power.
Dumpling power, sir, dumpling power. All right, here we have another one. There are 1,339 fruit trees on a farm. If they are planted in 13 rows with equal numbers of trees in each row, how many trees are in each row?
13,
But
sir. 13. 13, sir.
and
Answer 13.
no, not 13.
Sir,
They
30
are,
times
they are not 13 times again because this says this is the what? Total number of trees. So we already know the total number of trees. What would we need to do?
Add.
1339 divided by 13. So we know how many are in each row. 13 into 13, 1. 13 into this part of it would be 1. 13 can't go into 3, right? 0. 13 into 39, how many times?
Sir, 2 times.
2 13s would give you 26.
Sir, so it's 26. Sir, 3 times, sir.
Okay, 3 times. So my answer should be 100. No, that's not 100. That's 13. 103 over 1, which is the same as 103. So it would be 103 trees for each row. Want to prove that? If we have 103 of them per row and we multiply by 13, then we should really get back this. So let's check that. 3 3s, 9. 3 times 0, 0. 3 1s, 3. Placeholder. 1 times 3, 3. 1 times 0, 0. 1 1. 1. At these, we get 9 3 3 1. Same thing. So we know that's correct. Finally, last one. Oh, that was the last one. So guys, thanks for staying around all the way until the end. We did quite a number of them tonight. And
Yes,
I
sir.
will see you in the next episode. Any questions on the things that we have done so far?
No, sir.
Corey was
All right.
asking the question, sir. If we were doing any
Yes, we should have another one for tomorrow morning.
yes, sir.
All right. So just review everything that you have gotten so far, and you should be good to go. One last thing. If you have questions that you want me to answer, I've been getting these questions coming in. If you have questions, then you can bring them to me and we can work on them together in this particular way. Okay, guys, have a good night. See you guys tomorrow.
So we're going to have tomorrow again, sir.
If I get more questions, yes.
Yes, sir.
All right, take care.
Bye, sir.